Hey guys, Shane here, Oz Flight Simmer. Welcome to another episode of Test Drive. Now, if you haven't seen one of these before, this is where I take an aircraft, a utility, or a scenery from all different types of flight simulators, and I'll take it for a spin around the block, give you my first impressions, and will it be worth the money I paid for? So, in this episode, we are going to meet the Fokkers and test drive Carenado's new release in the last couple of weeks, the Fokker F50. Now, I've been anticipating this one for a while now, and from memory, I think it's the biggest aircraft that Carenado have done. So, we've been saying that. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. Let's go and check the exterior of the aircraft. So we're just going to quickly open the main passenger door there, and from memory you don't see that often from Carenado products where you can actually have a click spot to open a door. So today we are in Virgin Australian colours when we're at a YMML, so that's Melbourne. We originally was going to do this flight from Avalon just down the road and fly to Bathurst, but unfortunately the Orbx scenery I had kept crashing to desktop, so I'll need to sort that out. So on a first glance, the Fokker 50, or the F50 as I'll call it from now on, is to the normal standard you would expect to see in Carenado. The 3D modelling on this aircraft looks pretty good, and everything seems to be matching and lining up. The texture work on this livery is absolutely awesome from what I can see. I love the worn look and the paint chips and etc. Now, look at those props, absolutely stunning. You know, there's some horsepower there. But one thing I'm going to go over here and actually take a look up inside where the landing gear will go. And if they've modeled that, usually means they've gone above and beyond, because you don't see many, and they have excellent job. You don't see many of the developers actually doing that sort of stuff. So, and the reflections of the textures look absolutely phenomenal, and that's what you would expect from Carenado. They are known for their eye candy and to have high quality exteriors. And one thing that I like looking at aircraft, it has to look good. That's the first thing. If it doesn't look good, because I like looking at the exteriors of aircrafts, but this one here, you can see that they've used the 4K textures to the highest quality possible. Another great thing that the Carenado F50 comes with a bucket load of liveries. So you've got 10 HD liveries, including this one, the Virgin Australia one, and also one blank HD if you can get the paint kit to work, and you can make your own. All the standard effects that come with it, which is the dynamic propeller shine effect. What else they've got? They've got the volumetric side view prop. All the standard stuff that you would normally see in Carenado products. Now, funny thing to know, the F50 doesn't fly in Australia by Virgin Australia anymore. They've actually sold all theirs, and I think about 2015, 2016, and they're flying the Fokker. I think it's the F60 and the F100. So this flight that we'll be doing today, how good do those rivets look? This flight that we'll be flying today will be a bit of a fictional flight. So we've been saying that, I think we need to jump into the cockpit and get it ready to go. Welcome to the F50 flight deck. We're just going to go through some of the menus that come with the Fokker. So this is the first one where you can turn things on and off, like the VC window effects there, tow car and static elements, which I had displayed on the external views. I'm just going to close the passenger door and service door. The V-bar for the flight director you can't see because I got the yoke in the way, and the last one was the GTN 750. This gives you the option to bring up 2D parts of the cockpit. I won't be using any of those because I'll use the actual the VC in this aircraft. And the last one is like a save status mode, so system startup and engine after startup and whatnot, or cold and dark. You can select it and it will put it into that panel state, so to speak. So yeah. So now it's time to get it started. We're going to start our engines after we push back, so we're going to get the aircraft ready, and you can do it within seconds. And I pretty much learnt this following the Carenado YouTube video. So battery on, and also reading the manual. So we're going to turn our lights on. Because we're going to push back, we'll turn no smoking sign and seat belts to auto at this stage. We'll turn the engine ignitions on and the fuel pumps are on. And that's pretty much all I need to do to get the aircraft ready to push back. It's already got the GSX pushing us back. Hopefully it can turn me. I've got a funny feeling it's not going to do it. But look at all those Jetstar. I think they're A319s or A320s. Absolutely ton of them there. But we'll push back and then we'll fire up these engines and get going. Alrighty, so GSX done its thing. We've whacked on the parking brake and we're just going to turn on our first engine there. So we'll turn the right engine. Now she's spooling up. I'll have to race down to put the fuel in because you've got to do it pretty quick with the Carenado F50. So pop that through. There we go. Here we're winding up. Now, with all Carenado aircraft, don't think it spools up correctly. Feels a bit funny, but anyways, we'll start engine number 2. We'll do that pretty quickly. And the left engine there, we'll brace down and add the fuel. There we go, and I'll jump to the outside view so you can listen to the engines, and then we should be ready to taxi as we listen to engine number 2 to come to life. So everything is ready to go. Just pop on the taxi lights there. I'm not using the FMC that comes with the aircraft today. I'm going to be using the GTN 750. So, you know, if you're going to pay for it, you might as well use it in all different types of aircraft. And it's great that it's compatible with the F50 or the Fokker. So we're going to get moving along and see how she taxis. With all turboprops, there's always a lag in your thrust, so to speak. So, and this is no different, even more so in the F50 than what I would normally see in other Carenado aircraft. But hey, it's a bigger aircraft, and you just got to watch those throttles. You can pretty much set it just above idle for the taxi, and it will keep you going, and just a little bit extra to get the momentum. I'm not going to film or show you guys all the taxi because it's a long taxi all the way up to the runway, but I will take this time to, you'll see a little thing that will pop down the top of the screen, and also some notes in the description. The Q8 pilot and I are doing a collaboration video, and we're actually giving away a chance for 4 people to win $50 in vouchers in US dollars from the Sim Market store. And also, if you like doing deliveries, or if you don't and you want to challenge yourself, we are actually doing a giveaway for an Oculus Rift for a delivery challenge. So I'll put a link on the description below for the video, and you can go and check out all the rules and all that sort of stuff for that giveaway. And it actually finishes next week, so you've got a week to go. So we'll have a quick look at some outside views, and then we'll come back as we're just pulling up. And I think we're going to have aircrafts absolutely everywhere departing for ultimate traffic today. That was a pretty chilled out taxi. The Fokker pretty much taxi straight, which is a nice experience. So we're going to pull up here, get the aircraft ready to go, and we'll get this F50 in the air. Parking brake is released. We're going to pull out on the runway. I've checked for traffic and aircraft is configured. We are good to go. I'm going to be quiet now, so enjoy the takeoff and I'll come back to you shortly. So that was a reasonably straightforward takeoff. I'm having some issues getting the gear to go up. The click spot's not really clicking where it should be, and G wasn't working, but I finally got there. So I struggled to keep it down the center line, but that was more of my rudder pedals getting a little bit older. They don't do what they meant to do. So we're going to go straight here a little bit. The flight director should have asked me to turn right shortly, but however I did find I didn't have the GTN 750 set up correctly, so I'll go and fix that up and we'll cut the scene a little bit and we'll be turning on track to our next waypoint. So we are now on track and turning to our next waypoint. So we've both got the GPS working, autopilot's in nav mode, and it's following the flight director. So we're going to take a look of the outside of the aircraft as we're departing Melbourne, and I'll come back to you shortly. So we're just gone past 14,000 feet and we're still climbing. I'm just going to show you the engine management system. So I've got it in climb mode, but basically that's what you need for takeoff mode, and you can see it changes the RPM of the props there. So we're just going to hit back to climb, but you got things like go around mode, takeoff mode, climb mode, and cruise mode, and that will pretty much help manage your engines if you're wondering what those buttons do there. But we're going to keep climbing away, and I'll talk to you soon. So we've just hit 24,000 feet, so we're about 1 foot under our ceiling for the aircraft there, and we've got a bit of cloud in front of us, which is may cause us some issues. We'll see how we go, but what it will do, give us some great weather for epic footage for a montage. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look around the cockpit and the cabin of the Fokker 50. So I'll talk to you soon. Welcome back to the cockpit. So we're about halfway through the flight to Bathurst, so I thought it was right time to have a look around at the cockpit. So we're going to get rid of the yoke there. So as you can see, there's a lot of things that are modelled in here, but a lot of things as you would you know, it's normal for Carenado for them to not have click spots and work, so you can't open the windows and so forth. But anything on the dash works that I've actually pressed, so there's nothing in here that doesn't work, so it is all modeled, which is good to see. Everything on the throttle quadrant and those areas there also work as well. So like I said before, it's compatible with the GTN 750, so I'm using that to navigate, pretty much only using the FMC for the fuel. But as you can see, the inside of the cockpit and the texturing is to a high quality that we know of Carenado, so the VC looks pretty good for the aircraft for this sort of price. So very, very happy with the way the aircraft looks inside. So just gonna try to maneuver around through a seat there, so you guys can look at the overhead panel, and everything on here is all clickable as well. So a fair few systems have been modeled, but the same as a lot of the Carenado aircraft, it's not a study level Fokker. So you can get this aircraft up and running with, you know, a quick read of the manual and some YouTube videos, and it doesn't need much science in that. I was sort of hoping that Carenado would do some more work on their systems, being a large aircraft for them, but traditional same sort of style of stuff. But we've been saying that it's been an awesome aircraft to fly as well. But we'll go to the front of the cockpit, we'll turn around, and I'll show you how the seats and the other side of the cabin is modeled. I love those seat belts though. So the guys that do all the 3D modeling and textures for Carenado, thumbs up, because you guys are doing some great work there. So looking nice. But we've been saying that, we'll jump into the cabin and have a look around there also. But moving into the cabin, had a couple of issues getting the click spots for the door to open, but have a look at the cabin. Again, the details, it's me playing, is that the toilet or is that the door again? I don't know. But the detail on the carpet on the floor, I like that. And my first impressions of the cabinet is wow for Carenado. They've done extremely well. Love the seats. I've never actually been inside a Fokker, so I wouldn't know, but I think they've done a good rendition of it. It's looking very, very, very nice. We'll try to keep going through and have a look at the seats. So there's two variants of each Fokker and livery. So you can get a light version, and you can get, I guess it's a not so light version. So I'm running a not so light version, but having interior, it's not affecting the performance of the Fokker and the sim, so it's running quite well. But look at that. I love the seats and the seat belts. You've done well, Carenado. I've seen some of your cabins before, and they're not so great, but they've done extremely well. Just seeing there's no clickables there. I've got the seatbelt sign on, so that's displaying there. No clickables there, so still 3D modeling. Yeah, overheads don't work either, but looking good. I'm impressed. So we'll try and make our way down to the end of the cabin. We'll have a look at how the doors are modelled and whatnot. So just coming to the back now. Have a look at the doors. Even they've done good work up here. I wonder if it's actually any clickables. No clickables, but that's all right though. I'm happy with that. Whoa. Okay. So I think I've seen those before, those assets before for Carenado. But anyways, the doors are modelled well. Tray tables come down. No, but that's okay. I'm pretty impressed with the cockpit that they've done for Carenado. So we've been saying that. I think it's time for a montage, and then we'll come back and we'll be on final. So we are on final. The aircraft descended. I used IAS mode for most of it. It did fantastically well, and the GTN aligned us on the runway just as we needed it to. So I'm just chasing to get 2 red and 2 white, but I'll be quiet now, so please enjoy the landing, and I'll talk to you soon. So that was pretty cool. First time I've landed at Bathurst in a sim before, so this is Orbx scenery. But the aircraft was it was floaty but felt heavy at the same time, so I had to use a lot of yoke imports, and you would have been able to see that. So, but with been saying that, we'll take a look at the replay. They always look better than than my piloting skills displayed in the VC, and I'll talk. So that looked pretty cool on the replay. We've found our way all down to the end of the runway. We're just going to do our turn and backtrack up. I'd like to take this opportunity again. I'll leave a link in the description to go. There's only 1 week left of the Q8 Pilot / Odds Flight Simmer giveaway and grand delivery challenge. You can win some Flight Sim Store vouchers, and also we're giving away for the delivery challenge a Oculus Rift. So I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can go and check that out. But you've only got 1 week to go, so get in quickly. So my final thoughts on the Fokker F50 by Carenado. I was really excited when I first heard they were actually doing a Fokker and doing a larger aircraft than the stuff that they've been doing in the past, and I was always going to wonder how they went with their systems. I knew it was going to look good. So as for looking good, it is a great aircraft. I think they've modelled more systems in this aircraft than what they would normally do, but again, it's probably to the Carenado standard. The sounds of all the button clicks seem to be the same. I wish they would improve in that. But I will say this though, it's probably the first time in a long time that I thought I got value for money for the price that they put on an aircraft, and I know I'm actually going to fly this more than a couple of times like I do with most Carenado aircraft. So with been saying all that, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you got something out of the video. If you want to stay in touch with what I'm up to during the week and what projects I'm working on, please go and check out the Oz Flight Simmer Facebook page. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to see when I post the next video. So again, I appreciate you guys spending time with us today, and I'll see you on the next video. Have an awesome day. Cheers, goodbye.